Art Global, a program about modern Kazakh culture in the global world. The best works of modern Kazakh culture in literature, theater, cinema, classical and traditional music and fine arts are performed at the world's notable venues. Today's Art Global program presents Astana Ballet Theatre. The Astana Ballet Theatre was founded in 2012 due to the initiative of President Nursultan Nazarbayev. The young troupe of this theatre became well known for their synthesis of classical traditions and the latest trends in folk and modern choreography. Having won fame at the homeland, the Astana ballet dancers are traveling and wowing audiences around the world. Kazakhstan, the Astana Ballet Theatre. The audience is gathering in the main hall of the theatre. The famous one-act ballet, Jusan, is staged today. The music of step and rhythmic movements of soloists immerse in trance again and again. The dancers remind of ancestors and bring the bitter smell of wormwood. The audience experience a full life cycle of flowering, fading, and rebirth. There's a standing ovation at the end of the performance. This ovation is a result of the daily work of the whole theatre.
Театр хочет говорить разными языками.
Dance speaks different languages and different styles. Our soloists can perfectly perform folk dances in the first part of the program. Then they can perform classical or neoclassical ballet after the intermission.
Репертуаром из классического или неоклассического репертуара.
Mukarram Avakhri is a chief producer of Astana Ballet Theatre and honored worker of Kazakhstan. As a chief choreographer, she staged several one-act ballets and choreographic miniatures. These productions became immediately famous during the last tour of the theatre that were held in support of the official visit of Kazakh President Nursultan Nazarbayev to the United States. New York, a cold January day. The new posters highlighting the only evening of the Kazakh ballet are on the streets. There's a lot of people at Times Square and few people paid attention to the dancers near the digital screens. They are beautiful divas on stage and now they enjoy their ordinary life. They happily walk around the city. This is the second tour for Astana ballet dancers in New York. However, the responsibility only grows with each performance. The day starts in the rehearsal room. The soloists repeat the movements that have already become part of their soul under the watchful eye of instructor Mira Kadirova. Every move should be perfect. A troupe of 38 soloists came to conquer New York's audience.
Нами была выбрана обширная программа, в которой можно было проанализировать, проследить.
We presented an extensive concert program highlighting our creative achievements. The program included folk dances, choreographic miniatures, and scenes from national ballets. We also presented Ricardo Amarante's choreographic miniatures, a neoclassicism style, and classical ballet fragments.
Они были представлены в стиле неоклассики. Также мы показывали несколько номеров из классического наследия.
Ricardo Amarante graduated from the English National Ballet School. He worked in the world-famous theaters and cooperated with leading choreographers. He is one of the successful choreographers. He has been cooperating with the Astana Ballet Theatre since 2015. The New York public will see Amarante's one-act ballets. In the meantime, the spectators are gathering at the Lincoln Center building. Cold weather does not prevent people from lining up in a long queue and wait for several hours. Diverse audience has come to the Kazakh ballet. It is a nice surprise for New Yorkers and Americans. Ballet is an image of the country. I think we will get great pleasure.
Зритель Нью-Йорка очень интересный, потому что мы вот ездим второй раз, и я когда выхожу...
The audience is very interesting in New York. We come here for the second time, and when I go out before the performance, it's interesting to see this amazing queue. This is a long way, and it's so inspiring when the viewer wants to know not only dance, but also culture and spirit. It's great that the country has something to present to the audience.
Не только танец, но, мне кажется, и культуру, и дух. Мне кажется, вот это здорово, что у нас есть такая возможность представлять искусство.
The hall is empty. It cannot accommodate all viewers. Last preparations. The light goes out and the mystery begins. A gala program consists of 15 dances. Choreographic miniatures such as Arular, Akkaz, Asam Koner, and fragments of the ballet Legacy of the Great Step were performed. This is the traditional part of the concert, folk dance combined with the best examples of classical choreography. The Pas de Deux from the Nutcracker Ballet, staged by Altinai Asil Muratova, were also performed. The program is diverse. This is another facet of the young ballet dancers. Then the songs performed by Edith Piaf. Fragments of neoclassical ballets and one-act ballet Love, Fear, Loss, produced by Belgian choreographer Ricardo Amarante, tell the love story. All the performers gathered on the stage when the audience burst into applause. Forbes and New Yorker posted their reviews about the performance. The first world tour of the theatre once caused such a stir. The young soloists performed in Paris, Vienna, Seoul and Moscow 3 years ago. There has been a big audition and masterclasses with the best choreographers of the world before the tour. There was a colossal work on the repertoire. The concert program included the experimental work created by the famous American choreographer Paul Gordon Emerson at the Palais de Congrès in Paris.
I've been in love with Kazakh folk dance since I first saw it, and I particularly just adore the use of hands in Kazakh folkloric work. And so one of the directors, Aygul, and I had a chance to speak often about how we could use traditional gestures with classical staging and put both sides together to make something that was a synthesis of the two.
Chief choreographer of Astana Ballet Theatre, Aygul Tati, is one of the leading directors of Kazakh folk dance in the country. Aygul Tati has been working with the dancers of the unique troupe since the theatre was founded. When Paul Emerson came, he staged the modern choreography. He was interested in knowing Kazakh hand movements. The Karligash dance was staged in collaboration with Paul Emerson.
Допустим, в сотрудничестве вот таком тесном родился танец Karligash. Вы сами знаете, музыка.
The folk song adapted to Carl Jenkins's music was performed by the Finnish chorus. The music was interesting. Karligash means swallow from the Kazakh language. Kazakh people love this bird because it brings happiness and prosperity.
Отдают предпочтение, она приносит счастье, как бы благо в дом.
The concert program of the tour included Alem, a one-act ballet. This performance is based on the Turkic epic, which tells about the birth of the soul and its sufferings on the way to earthly life. The ballet is staged by Russian choreographer Nikita Dmitrievsky. The mastery of soloists and modern technologies made this ballet colorful and vivid.
They
asked if we could create a ballet not only with movements but also with visual series. A few ballet companies are able to implement this creative idea. It's expensive, it's difficult to find the necessary installations, and only high-skilled professionals can raise it.
Для такой инсталляции нужны суперпрофессионалы, которые могут это поднять. Первоначально была задача.
The task was to make a performance that combines choreography and Kazakh epic music. The light and video should meet the European standards. The show should be similar to the Cirque du Soleil performance at Netherlands Dance Theatre created by Yuri Kilian.
Что-то нечто среднее там, между цирком дю Солей и компанией NDT Ержикилен.
Ballet today is the unity of light, movement, and music. The sounds of Island Ballet are the primeval motifs of player Bulat Gufarov's ethical music and Arman Amar's dynamic compositions. The author of the libretto is Kazakh poet Vahid Khairbekov. The creative team's main task is to make the viewers believe what they see on the stage, and it's really difficult to amaze the sophisticated French audience. And then the unprecedented thing happened. The audience at Palais de Congrès gave the Kazakh dancers a round of applause in appreciation. It was an interesting and beautiful performance, vividly representing the culture of Central Asia and Kazakhstan. This region is mainly known for its rich reserves of oil and gas, but this is also a country with rich traditions and culture. We are deeply fascinated by this show. This ballet is very beautiful, poetic scenes, and every dance is better than another, and performers were great. It was interesting to learn more about Kazakhstan. The European tour of the troupe continued in Austria. The Museum Quarter of Vienna is one of the 10 largest cultural areas of the world. Halle E is the main venue for the Vienna Festival Weeks, one of the largest international dance events. We maintained the name of the hall as a symbol of the festival. It's a unique area with museums and concert halls since the foundation of the museum's quarter. Halle E turned into the main stage. The modern opera and ballet productions are staged there.
Und deswegen hat man auch diesen eigenartigen Namen Halle E beibehalten, weil
The Viennese public gave a warm welcome to the Astana Ballet Troupe.
This performance, I would like to say, is like a dream, like a fairy tale, completely overwhelmed, and it transfers lots of the cultural heritage of Kazakhstan.
The locations of the world tour are changing. Moscow, the Stanislavski and Nemirovich Dachenko Moscow Academic Music Theatre will soon celebrate its 100th anniversary. Founded as a theatre of new aesthetics, the scenic and musical experiments were staged for centuries there. The troupe from Kazakhstan will also present its version of the dance at this legendary theatre. The cultural ties between Kazakhstan and Russia have a long, close history. Not surprisingly, the tickets are sold out. The politicians and public figures of both countries, famous representatives of culture, business, heads of diplomatic missions and international organizations are among the spectators.
Большая радость, что в Москву приехала балетная труппа вашего театра.
I must say that it's a great pleasure that the ballet troupe of such a young theatre gave a performance in Moscow. It's an important event in the cultural life of the country. The Kazakh ballet is trying to seek new expressiveness, connected with the folk tradition and cultural traditions of its people, and this is extremely important.
Традициями казахского народа, я считаю, что это в высшей степени важно.
Наконец-то в Москве, в России здесь приехал балет из Казахстана.
Finally, the ballet from Kazakhstan gave performance in Moscow. It's the major cultural event. The ballet culture is reviving not only in Russia but also in Kazakhstan. The show was amazing. This is the innovative ballet in terms of lights, music and dance. It's a breathtaking performance.
Вообще это культуру, которая возрождается не только в России, но и в Казахстане. Здесь, конечно, очень много новаторства и в музыке, и в танцах, и в свете. Поэтому час с лишним на одном дыхании.
Today we can say that the Astana Ballet Company proves to be a successful project among viewers and in the ballet world. The presentation of the Kazakh choreographic art in the US was held as part of the Modern Kazakhstan Culture in the Global World Project and became an official launch of the celebration of the 20th anniversary of the Kazakh capital. The theatre has big plans for the 2018 season.
Сейчас планируется турне по Казахстану. В начале апреля мы едем в Кызылорду.
We are planning to go on a tour around the country. We will visit Kızılorda, Taldykurgan, Almaty, Aktau. We plan to stage the play from the classical rendition of Giselle.
Вот, я думаю, вот этим сезон у нас закроется. В следующем году мы ожидаем приезд хореографа Никола Фонте. Вот, у нас ведутся
Next year, we plan to collaborate with choreographer Nicola Fonte. The negotiations are underway. This is a long-awaited project. We will also tour to Monaco and Milan.
И в Милан.
We wish you good luck. Thousands of people learn something new about our country with the help of such tours. Kazakhstan in the 21st century is a country where unique works of ballet art appear in the synthesis of history and modernity.